So, Meta just dropped a bombshell of a quarter. We're talking profits and user numbers that pretty much any company on Earth would kill for. But you know what? That's not even the real story here. The real story is why they're making all this cash, and more importantly, what they're spending it on. Let's get into it. Because Meta is using its incredibly profitable present to bankroll a future that honestly sounds like it's been ripped straight out of a sci-fi novel. All right, before we rocket off into the future, we have to understand the sheer power of Meta's business right now. Their latest quarterly results, they're not just good, they're kind of staggering. And this financial engine, this cash machine, is what's fueling everything we're about to talk about. So let's start with the top line. Revenue growth. It shot up 22% compared to this exact same time last year. Now, to put that into perspective, that means their revenue in just 3 months was over $47 billion. For a company this huge, making a jump like that is just phenomenal. And it's not just about the money coming in the door. It's about pure profit. We're talking net income, the cash they actually get to keep. And that soared by an incredible 36% to over $18 billion. This isn't just a company that's doing well. This thing is a cash-generating juggernaut firing on all cylinders. So what's the secret sauce? Well, it's us. It's you, it's me. Nearly 3.5 billion people, that's almost half the planet, are jumping on one of Meta's apps like Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp every single day. That massive, incredibly engaged audience, well, that's the bedrock of their entire success. Okay, so how exactly are they turning all of our scrolling and tapping into record-smashing profits? The answer is simple, just 2 letters. AI. Meta's current success is being directly supercharged by one of the most sophisticated artificial intelligence engines ever built. But before we dive into the how, let's just quickly define something. That huge user number we just saw, they have a name for that. Daily Active People, or DAP. And this is important, it's not just counting accounts. Meta works really hard to make sure this number represents one unique person. And that little distinction is actually key to understanding the true scale of their AI's reach. So here's how it works. It's this powerful AI flywheel. Think of it like a loop. Step 1, the AI gets better at recommending content, right? So it finds stuff you love, and that keeps you scrolling. Step 2, because you're more engaged, the AI can show you more relevant ads you're actually more likely to click on. And step 3, businesses see better results, a higher return on their investment. So what do? They spend more money, which fuels the whole system all over again. It's a potent, self-reinforcing loop. And hey, don't just take my word for it. This isn't some abstract theory. The man himself, Mark Zuckerberg, actually put a number on it. He confirmed their new AI models are directly causing a 5% jump in ad conversions on Instagram and 3% on Facebook. Now, those might sound like small numbers, but when you're talking about billions of dollars in revenue, that is a massive improvement. Okay, so the core business is an absolute AI-powered juggernaut. This should be a pretty simple story, right? A story of success. But this is where it gets really interesting, because all of that mind-blowing profit, it's just the fuel for a much, much bigger and crazier ambition. And here it is, in his own words. Mark Zuckerberg basically revealed the endgame. And suddenly, this isn't about better ads or more entertaining reels anymore. It's about building, quote, personal superintelligence for everyone. All of a sudden, the entire context for the success just shifted from a business story to, well, something way more profound. And you can see the strategy right here, laid bare in the numbers. It's kind of stark. The family of apps, the current business, cranked out almost $25 billion in profit. And in that same 3-month period, Reality Labs, the division building the future, lost over $4.5 billion. Meta is literally printing money with one hand and using it to fund its futuristic vision with the other. Now, to really truly grasp the scale of this bet, we've got to talk about something called capital expenditures, or CapEx for short. This is the real, cold, hard cash they're spending to build the physical stuff. The servers, the data centers, all the infrastructure they need to actually achieve the superintelligence goal. And the number, well, it's just breathtaking. Meta is planning to spend somewhere between $66 and $72 billion on capex this year alone. That is a level of investment that puts them in the exact same league as the world's biggest cloud giants like Amazon and Microsoft. And they're pointing all of it toward one single goal. So why? Why this astronomical, almost incomprehensible level of spending? Well, it's not random. It's not just throwing money at a problem. It's actually part of a very clear, multi-step strategy to build and eventually make a lot of money from the next generation of AI.
And let's just be crystal clear about what we're talking about here. When Zuckerberg says superintelligence, he doesn't mean a slightly smarter chatbot. He's talking about an AI that is smarter than human beings in every single way. The ambition here is to create an entirely new form of intelligence. It's wild.
So how do you even make money from something like that? Well, Meta's got a 5-part plan. The first 2 parts are what's paying the bills right now, making ads better and making experiences more engaging. But the real long-term payoff, they hope, will come from the other 3. Revolutionizing how businesses talk to us, launching a powerful Meta AI for everyone, and, this is the big one, building brand new AI devices. And that 5th pillar, the AI devices, that might just be the most important piece of this whole puzzle. Zuckerberg is betting big that smart glasses will be the ideal form factor for AI. The idea is that these devices would let a future superintelligence see what you see, hear what you hear, and become a true, always-on digital assistant for your life. So all of this brings us to the central tension, right? The absolute heart of Meta's entire strategy. Is this an audacious, world-changing vision, or is it a risk on a scale we've literally never seen before? You can really look at this in 2 ways. The bull case, the optimistic view, is that if they pull this off and become the leader in AI, they will unlock massive new markets and basically cement their dominance for another generation. But the bear case, the pessimistic view, is that the spending is just out of control. And by the way, they're planning another massive increase for 2026. And it all faces enormous risks, both in just trying to build it and from regulators trying to stop it. And those risks, they are not theoretical. In their own financial reports, Meta is explicitly warning everybody about an active regulatory landscape, especially over in the EU, that could significantly impact their business. So this isn't just a tech challenge, it's a huge political one too. So here's the bottom line. We are watching right now, in real time, one of the most ambitious and most expensive corporate transformations ever attempted. Meta is using a hugely profitable present to chase a science fiction future, which leaves us with the trillion-dollar question. Will this massive bet pay off and completely redefine our digital lives, or is it destined to become the most expensive gamble in corporate history?